Hello and welcome to Middleburgh. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and we're back on Middleburgh. Now, it's actually the same day. We didn't progress time very much. And because I realized right as I was about to save and exit that, well, we still had something to do. And that something is a new field. So I want to continue down the corn whiskey path, and I want to start collecting all of these fields here. And as you can see, this is going to be corn, but this is already corn, and it's ready to harvest, or almost ready to harvest. It'll be ready to harvest tomorrow. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've gotten a fertilizer spreader. Now this is a different one. This is I've never used them before. We'll see how it works. But it's pretty cool. It holds 12,000 liters of lime, which is a lot, which should be a little bit more than the other one, and it should let us get through this field. And what we're going to do is just what we did last time, where we're kind of gaming the system, spread some lime, some fertilizer, and then we're going to harvest tomorrow. So the harvest is going to be ready tomorrow. And then in addition to that, tomorrow we're going to be harvesting this. But if you look down the contract screen real quick, which is here, we have a couple contracts. We got a couple baling contracts because, yeah, I had to borrow some money. Oh, that's annoying. These are not row crop tires. Okay, fine. Now they are. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come in here and see how this new fertilizer spreader works. Now, as a lime spreader, it's not as wide. So it looks like it's going to take us a little bit more time than we expected, which is fine. I'm not going to make you sit through it. But the goal here is we're going to lime and fertilize this entire field, get it ready for harvest tomorrow. Oh, we need to buy the thing with the words. We need to buy this. Yes, thank you. So that we can see how well we're doing with the soil samples. Now, to buy this field, we had $100 and something thousand. We needed a fertilizer spreader, and we also needed to buy this field, and it was like 140. So we took out a little bit of a loan, 100 grand. We need to pay that loan back because I don't want to sit around holding a loan. I kind of want to play this as legit as possible and kind of, like a normal farmer would. Take out a loan from the bank, pay it back as soon as possible, and not kind of overextend ourselves. So the goal today, or tomorrow, I should say, as we're going to jump into tomorrow real quick, is to do some baling contracts. We get to use some equipment I haven't actually used yet in this game because it's borrowed from the contract. And then while that's happening, we'll let the workers here harvest this field. So I'm going to do a quick little jump, and we'll catch you tomorrow morning after this field is ready to harvest, and the lime and the fertilizing and whatnot is already done. Be right back. Oh, you caught me. I'm just up early in the morning, hosing down my tractors, making sure they're nice and clean. I think this one's already clean. But my harvester over here, which if we can get past this tractor, which we're about to use, dirty from the last time. That's okay. We'll clean it up and we'll get this thing started. So we do have a corn harvest to start today, which is fun. And we're excited about that. The corn harvest is going to be good. It's going to get us some more cracked corn for our still process so we can keep making that whiskey. The whiskey is going to need to get sold soon. We have some building up, but it's processing through. We got a, probably 20 or 30,000 liters of whiskey that needs to be sold. We'll sell it all at once at the best time. If we take a look at our time-saving stock check to see when that is 29,000 liters we have, and the best time to sell is July. So we're going to sell it next year. We don't have any super need for it right now. It's actually a pretty good price right now, 54, but $30,000 difference is $30,000. That's an entire contract, right? That's okay. We're gonna attach, turn this bibbit on. And I think if we turn on, we'll make a course, and I think we're going to do combine self unload today and just let it unload itself, because we're going to go mow some fields. Beautiful morning here in Middleburgh. Oh my gosh, look at the colors on the trees. My goodness. Our beautiful field, which still needs a bit of work. We need to do, your standard lime and fertilizer. We'll actually use our new lime spreader, and then we'll get that seeded in the spring. Let's go over here. Let's pause there. And this is how we set up courseplay. If you guys don't know how to set up courseplay, let's do it real quick. We'll do it in game this time instead of just cutting it out. So we're going to go in here and click create job. You got to be in this view right here. Set our field position. So this little cursor basically sets where the start point is going to be. So we go like that, right? And then when we open it, it's going to figure out that that's the closest point to where we want to be. We're going to start on the headland, smooth. We're going to do a little bit of overlap, make sure we get everything, and make sure we get, and then we're also going to set the margin to negative. Let's do negative 0.6. And what that does is, because it's swinging out a little bit outside the boundaries of the field, it'll get everything. Then we'll come back, and then we're going to go over here. First waypoint. Then one more setting, go here, and then we'll do combine self unload activated. And then what that'll do is it will automatically unload itself. And to make the combine self unloading happen, this needs to be touching the field. So it needs to have a trailer that it can unload into that's near the field, close enough for it to access it. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of follow it in, and then we're going to park this thing right here, right where it started. And now this trailer is now on the field, and the combine should just unload itself, which is the idea. Super awesome. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to the other side of the map. And look at this. We're in a Xerion 4500. That's actually pretty cool. I've never driven this one. Actually, that's not true. I've never driven it when it's green. I always recolor it to be black. That's just how I do things. But that's not a big deal. Neither here nor there. But it does have crab steering. And oh, if you've never mowed with crab steering, you haven't lived. Especially with these kind of mowers. And this is actually a mower that I'm thinking about using in our playthrough. This Kong Skilled. I called it Kong Slide for a while. It's Kong Skilled. But it's a really wide mower, and it trails beautifully. And I think it gets to trail even better with the special mowing. So let's go ahead and let's do our own headland. So we're going to go like this. Expand everything. Unfortunately, this is not the version that has windrowing, because it gives us a windrower, which would have been smart, but the game isn't that smart. So here we go. Turn it on, part it down. So you can get a version of this that does really nice, neat windrows, which is really handy, especially because it saves a step. And I think that while we like our 2280 mower, I do believe it could be a little bit wider. Now, especially now that we have those big fields, I think we want a little bit more mowing capacity. So to get some more mowing capacity, we may end up going with a mower like this. John Deere doesn't really have any good wide mowers that also windrow. That's just not something that they do. And honestly, I want to skip that windrow step. And being able to mow our big field with a mower just like this, I think is a grand idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue through this field. And once I finish that headland, I think I'm going to set up a course and let this mower go. Now, we do have 4 other contracts to do. And we'll kind of jump in here and there throughout doing those contracts and kind of give you an idea of what we're doing to make some money. But the big thing I wanted to show right now is really, honestly, these mowers. I mean, 12.3 meters width. Look how much we're mowing. It's just ridiculous. so much grass all at once. And with the Xerion and the crab steering, when I go around this corner, I just like hook around the corner perfectly. The mower trails perfectly. Oh, it's so good. So I think this mower is definitely on our radar as an upgrade for the 2280 when and if we get around to being able to afford something like that. But for now, I'm going to continue on with the mowing, and I will catch you in a bit. Be right back.
I remember when I saw you at the end of that night. I was looking for some trouble, you were looking alright. Every time you said a word, I was staring at your lips. I don't think I've ever been so close to a love like this. I never met someone like you. I never felt this way, ooh. We love, I would take potions. We love, I would cross oceans. All the hurt and the pain, you can take it all away. We love, I would take potions. Sipping on a little something, I've been sipping too much. I just poured myself a double and I'm thinking about us. Every time I see your face, I think of what I lost. How could all the little moments that we had be so far gone? I never met someone like you. I never felt this way, ooh. We love, I would take potions. We love, I would cross oceans. All the hurt and the pain, you can take it all away. We love, I would take potions. I would take potions. I would take potions.
And we're back. And actually, what happened? Well, we got so busy mowing that this field pretty much took care of itself. We came in here, shot a couple of shots in that time lapse. Hopefully, you saw the little bit of corn harvesting in that time lapse. But for the most part, this thing kind of just took care of itself. That combine self unload feature is pretty handy. Now we did switch over to the truck because we needed both tractors for the grass mowing. But the trailer we were just using, I'm so frustrated with those trailers. I'm not sure why, but this trailer works a lot better, and it worked better for the combine unloading because it's a little bit lower down to the ground and holds about the same amount for super cheap. So we got it. We may upgrade for something later, but right now we're full on this trailer and the combine still needs to unload. So we're going to come over here, dump this out, and then we're going to try to get back to the mowing. Now, we've done most of the mowing at this point. As you can see from the light, it's actually pretty late in the afternoon. We spent all day mowing and baling and mowing and baling and windrowing and tedding and yada, yada, yada. Everything that we need to do is done. So we've done 3 out of the 4 fields. And one thing I'd like to do with the last field is kind of give you an overview of what we're doing. But as we get over there, we're going to talk about kind of what's going on, because we got something kind of cool to show you. And in all honesty, it'll make the last time lapse of this video pretty epic. So let's jump this out. Let's head over. We'll actually leave this here and jump into the harvester and just drive this back over and just dump straight from the harvester into the silo. Why not, right? I think in total, we're going to get about 50,000 liters of corn from this harvest. So it's a good harvest. 50,000 liters of corn is going to turn into 25,000 liters of cracked corn whiskey, which is going to turn into a lot of money. Unfortunately, that a lot of money isn't going to happen until next June or July or something like that. It takes a while to sell before it's a good price to sell, and we're going to wait. In the meantime, we're going to have to find something else to do to make some money. And I don't really want to do contracts all the time, but we'll see what happens. For now, let's dump this off, park the harvester, and head over to our last grass contract field. Oh. This like header just barely fits in here. Drop the header, back up a little bit, turn it off, and tab. We're just going to tab over. So here we are at our last field. Looks like we already have a course set up with our Xerion and the mower, and not a big field, not too bad, but we're going to kind of show the Xerion just doing its thing and getting it all done. We did switch out the windrower that it's using to something that's a little bit better for courseplay. But the one thing I want to show you is this. Check it out. So we did get a new truck, and this is, I'm going to call this not a truck or not a part of our fleet. This is obviously a Valtra. It's not. Yeah. So we're going to call this the camera car. And what this is, as you can see, is that's a Ponzi wood harvester. Yes, it is. And that's a video camera on the end of it. I made this myself. But what's cool about it is this. So let's switch to the cameras. So I don't know why it takes so long to do this. In cab view, right? And then we switch the camera on the boom arm. This is the one on top of the boom arm. We can move this one around if we want. And then we switch to the camera. So the camera has 4 lenses. So this is your normal lens. This is your wide angle lens. This is your fisheye lens. This is your telephoto lens. And every one of the lenses, you can move around and position and do this. So like, this is my favorite part, right? We're going to point at the Xerion. I'm going to hit tab. I'm back in my harvester, right? And normally, like if you were floating above a field with like flight mode, you would lose your point of view. But if I hit shift tab and shift back, I go right back to the exact same camera view. Now, most of you are like, that's super dumb, Josh. Why do you care? The content creators out there are like, oh my God, that's such a good idea. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to stick in this view, this slightly wide angle view. We're going to leave it alone. And we're going to switch over to the Xerion. And then, come on. Switch to the Xerion. Enter vehicle, space, enter vehicle. And this guy, we're just going to say, okay, do your thing. Go ahead and we had to show the view for a second. First waypoint, go. Switch out. He's going to do his thing. And I'm still recording. And I'm just going to sit here. And now, Courseplay is going to run the course. And I'm going to time lapse not just this little scene right here. I'm going to time lapse the same tractor on 4 different pieces of equipment, all running their own courses on this same scene without changing the view. I don't know if it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm going to let that time lapse roll, and I will catch up with you when it's done, because it should be pretty epic. I'll be back. And we're back. Welcome back in, folks. Wasn't that cool? I mean, it's kind of janky, and it's seriously, it's a Ponzi tree harvester. It still says change cut length, but nonetheless, the idea is to have a fixed camera frame that you can be able to position. Is pretty cool. Now, what I really want is to be able to position it up high. And I did get a drone. But the drone has there's a cool DJI Mavic drone on ModHub, and the drone has a cool feature, I guess, or it's pretty cool. It looks just like a DJI Mavic. And we'll fly over that. Let's go check out the drone. Obviously there's some cleanup to do on these fields, and we still have to pick up all the bales. We'll do that later. Let's tab over to the drone. Where's the drone? Droney, where are you at? Here it is. It's a DJI Mavic. It's so good. It has some kind of weird controls though. All right, so the drone's like this, right? And this is just like flight mode, but you're flying a drone, right? And the drone, it's a little weird. Like normally if you're flying a drone, you'd be able to hit your left. It has an omnidirectional axis. So when you turn left, it doesn't actually go left. It like floats left. It's be able to like sidestepping, right? So it's not a true drone. And though it is pretty cool, and we'll leave you with this really beautiful shot of Middleburgh in November. It's beautiful. But the downside of it is as soon as I exit out, as soon as I tab out, it crashes, and it doesn't stay floating in the air, so you can't get these kind of epic vertical shots. See how when I'm inside, you can kind of hear the drone blades, and you can move your camera around. But if I tab out, it just crashes to the ground, which is kind of dumb. It's not how drones should work, but that's okay. It doesn't matter because, anyways, it's fun. I think my little crane arm, I'm calling it the Ponzi boom crane, is pretty freaking cool. And I will be sharing that on my Discord. So check the link in the description and join the Discord if you want to get access to that mod. But other than that, I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below. Comment down below. What do you think tell me what you think. I want to hear what everyone thinks, really. What do you think about that cool time-lapse shot? I mean, super cool, super epic. Was there another way to do it that I don't know about? What do you think? And until next time, let's go dive bomb this DJI. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.